You know what? The kindness you give out, it is never going to go unnoticed. It's never going to be for nothing. Never. Uh, I'm thinking of even some extreme examples. My family is Palestinian, and I can think of examples where kindness did not make sense, but there is something to the fact that if you choose to respond from within yourself, something of optimism, something where there's this commitment and conviction toward humanity. If you respond with patience, if you respond with trying to understand the other side, even if the other side is objectively wrong, let's say, just objectively being inhumane, you can still imagine, okay, but they must think that they're doing this for this reason. So, without going too deep into this direction to talk about psychology and even spirituality and beliefs and religion and higher power, um, because that's not what this is about. I mainly wanted to do this. I wanted to say something because I've recently, in my work with people, there's been a theme where people are saying that they don't want to extend kindness toward others if others are not being kind to them, or they don't want to be kind to others and then it's not returned, at least equally, if not maybe 2x. And there's even a saying about that. The saying is, don't cross a puddle for someone who wouldn't cross a crack for you. I think that's the right, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the right saying. If anybody sees this video and you know the saying I'm trying to say, you could please message me or maybe comment, but let me know. But I think you know what I'm saying, that what that saying is, which is to explain that if you are experiencing somebody who wouldn't do very much for you, they're not willing to do a favor for you, they're not willing to extend themselves for you, why should you do that for them? Why? If they won't go this far for you, why would you go this far for them? But the reason you would cross a puddle for somebody who won't cross a crack for you, and the reason that you would even cross a river for them, is because even if it feels unnoticed, even if it feels unreturned, your softness, your kindness, it does make the world lighter. It does make the world a better place. Yes, it all matters. You never know, someone may have needed to see your example of being kind. You never know if somebody has this like very deep conviction, this belief about you. Maybe at the risk of going in a different direction, at the beginning of this video, I was just saying, in extreme examples, if somebody is expressing inhumanity toward you, if you express humanity toward them, that might absolutely blow them away. It might just absolutely break and crash down what they've been taught to believe about you based on race, religion, background, ideology, etc. You never know in day-to-day life if somebody just needed a little patience, a little gentleness. There was the other day, I was waiting in line at a big grocery store, and the person ahead of me was asking a lot of questions. So there was this person, and then there was another person, and then me. And I noticed the person right in front of me, they were checking their watch, they're getting kind of frustrated, and the person who's talking to the clerk, they seemed pretty anxious. They seemed absolutely out of their element. They seemed dysregulated. They just wanted some clarity. They just wanted a little help and support. And yeah, maybe they were asking too many questions, but okay, where are you going? What unless you're going into labor, where are you going? It's probably okay. You probably can't afford to wait. And I know that it can be challenging in the moment to be patient, but you could probably wait. So I'm watching this person ahead of me, watching this anxious person talking to the clerk, asking for help. And the person ahead of me checking their watch. The person finally has their questions answered. They seem to have clarity. They do. They turn around and they look at us and they have this pleading look of embarrassment. They're like, sorry about that. I'm sorry. And I smile, and I think people behind me, I could feel like smiles. And the person ahead of me, they did not smile. They were like, how dare you? Of course you should be sorry. How could you? I'm in a rush. I'm busy. And I thought, okay, yeah, even more, I'd like to say something about this, because we are in a society that's in a rush. We're in a society that is taught self help, me, always me. And you go to bookstores, you go on YouTube, and there's not a ton of videos that are talking about thinking of others, being kind to others, focusing on others, on community. And I think we really are missing that. I think we really need that. So keep showing up with love. Keep showing up with kindness. Do it. And if you haven't been doing it, do it. Start. There have been so many times in my life, and I regret it. Today, I think about how embarrassed I feel and kind of the heartache I feel that I have responded to people and I wasn't patient and I was not kind. I did not respond with optimism, and I really wish I had. And people generally really need that. People generally crave that. And if you extend that, and even if there isn't an immediate response of kindness, of joy, of gratitude, of thankfulness, maybe something great will happen later. Maybe that person will think about you and they're just suddenly going to have a little extra boost and they can be kind to somebody later. And then there's a domino effect. Kindness meets kindness meets kindness. There is a domino effect. That's our nature. That's how we are. So you're planting seeds and they will bloom in ways that you may not see. And that matters. Oh my gosh, it's so important. We can't do things just because we want to see the outcome. We want to see the result. We must be process oriented. We must be oriented toward the nature, toward the principle of the action, of the effort. So I hope that this helps. I hope someone sees this and it makes a difference. And it reminds you that all of it matters. All the little things matter. Every effort to be good, to be kind, to be humane matters. So, bye.